Welcome back to Headlines. I'm Wes Austin, and these are today's top stories. One possible candidate to be the Attorney General for President Trump gave Letitia James a warning, and it was kind of like the F around and find out memes that you see. President Trump outlined his plan to dismantle the deep state, which explains all of the cases of explosive diarrhea in D.C. New York City ended the controversial program supplying migrants with prepaid credit cards, but don't worry, I think they still are giving away free drugs. And a CNN segment talked about how Putin might be blackmailing Trump. I did check and it was dated, I think, just yesterday, so yeah, it's the same thing again. A potential candidate for Attorney General for President Trump issued a stern warning to New York Attorney General Letitia James. He warned her that her continued lawfare against President Trump may constitute the crime of conspiracy against rights. He explained what could happen to Letitia James under that statute.
I dare you to try to continue your lawfare against President Trump in his second term. We're not messing around this time, and we will put your fat ass in prison for conspiracy against rights.
I like that guy. Now, if there is a crime called conspiracy against common sense, New York's entire state government would be cuffed by tomorrow morning. President Trump unveiled his plan to fix the government and dismantle the deep state. He wants term limits for Congress.
I will push a constitutional amendment to impose term limits on members of Congress.
Do you really think this is a good idea? I mean, we wouldn't have career politicians anymore. With term limits, we won't get people like Nancy Pelosi, who's been in Congress for 37 years and has enough power that she forced President Biden to drop out of the presidential race against his will. I mean, without people like Nancy Pelosi, the Democrats might have to have a real primary, with votes.
We will totally reform FISA courts, which are so corrupt that the judges seemingly do not care when they are lied to in warrant applications.
Well, this is obviously another terrible idea. Without the FISA court, how will the FBI get warrants to spy on Trump?
I will work to ban federal bureaucrats from taking jobs at the companies they deal with and that they regulate.
Is Trump saying that if a Pfizer person took a government job, that they'd do things to make Pfizer more money so that they'd get a better job and more pay when they went back to Pfizer? That makes no sense. Why would anyone do things to make more money? I mean, it's like Trump is saying that there's a conflict of interest when they go back and forth like that, and I just don't see it.
We will make every Inspector General's office independent and physically separated from the departments they oversee, so they do not become the protectors of the deep state.
If the departments don't control the Inspector General's offices anymore, they might actually tell us about corruption. And do we really want that? I mean, we have enough problems we're dealing with right now. Isn't it better to just let sleeping dogs lie?
We will clean out all of the corrupt actors in our national security and intelligence apparatus, and there are plenty of them.
If you do that, who's going to spy on Americans? Do you really think that China can do it all by themselves? Mayor Eric Adams is terminating the controversial program that provided migrants with prepaid debit cards. Guess they finally learned that paying people to stay doesn't encourage them to leave. The one-year, $53 million emergency program gave out MasterCards that provided families with $350 per week that was supposed to be used for food and baby supplies. With the contract about to expire, the Adams administration has decided not to renew it, though they did not provide a reason for their decision to terminate the program. Since launching in March, the city has distributed $3.2 million in prepaid cards. It took $3.2 million for the city to realize that free money wasn't the best way to discourage illegal immigration. I'm glad they figured it out so quickly. So Adams ends the $350 a week migrant card program. That's right, New York City's finally figured out how to not give away free money. Journalist Bob Woodward was being interviewed on CNN when he insinuated that Putin might be blackmailing Donald Trump.
There are lots of things to watch in what will be the new Trump administration. I just want to cite one of them. And I said, what's going on in this relationship between Trump and Putin? And Dan Coates said, It's so close, it seems like it might be blackmail.
Bob Woodward's pushing this Trump-Putin blackmail thing again. He's like that one uncle who tells the same story at every family gathering. Just let it go, Bob. Let it go. I think he's forgotten the first rule of journalism. Old lies don't work. So you're going to need to do some actual work and some real research and come up with some new lies. And spice it up a bit. Throw in some aliens, Bigfoot, maybe the CIA. Actually, the CIA storyline probably is actually true, so I'm not sure that you'd like to use that one. Thanks for watching Headlines. Have a good weekend. I'm Wes Austin. Good night.